So these episodes were pretty interesting, and a lot of this stuff that I'm about to talk about is leading directly into Legends of Tomorrow, which is coming out in January. So it's coming up pretty soon. And just all of these little plot threads are all heading into the direction of that show. So basically what happens during these episodes is Laurel and Thea go to Nanda Parbat and resurrect and have resurrected Laurel, Sarah Lance. And Sarah Lance has basically become sort of very similar to Thea and become just a bloodthirsty warrior. And they're unable to quench that drive. And it's sort of very interesting for the character of Sarah, because Sarah has always battled with that. Like, is she a killer or is she a hero? And before her death, she was heading into the direction of becoming a very realized character, and now she's this sort of bloodthirsty-esque character. And it was really interesting to watch Sarah be back. And it's also very interesting because they've gone that comic book route where a lot of her character is sort of very similar to the Red Hood character in a lot of ways. And Sarah is arguably one of my most favourite female characters on the show. Like, the way she was presented in season 2 was absolutely stunning. Katie Lotz does a lot to this character. She's a great actress, and it's Katie Lotz's version of the Black Canary that I think, after this show is all said and done, that she is going to be one of the very iconic aspects of this show. Because as great as Katie Cassidy is in the Black Canary role, she doesn't feel like Black Canary. She doesn't feel like the Dinah Lance Black Canary character from the comic books. But Sarah Lance has brought not just a diversity because of her lesbian-esque character, but she's really made the character into her own and given it a new lineage. And I really like that aspect, and I cannot wait to see her in Legends of Tomorrow. So yeah, obviously my complaints still are very much the same as they were in my previous reviews. What the hell was Laurel thinking bringing back her dead sister, knowing the fact that what it was doing to Thea? And that's a huge problem for Laurel's character, because it's just one of those dull moments. And that really hurt. But yeah, it was just one of those dull moments where you were like, really? But it's given Thea something very interesting to have to deal with. And her and Thea and Sarah are really beginning to remind me of vampires almost. Just these warrior creatures who have to control that quench. And I think for Thea, she needed something just to keep her character interesting. We then transition onto the Atom, who is another character we're going to see in the Legends of Tomorrow show. Seeing him back and seeing him sort of have this new lease on life was pretty cool. Brandon Routh continues to be a great actor. It's just the role that he's in isn't really interesting, and it still feels very much of a cheap knockoff of both Ant-Man and the Iron Man character from Marvel. But both the Black Canary and the Atom are both really seem like plot devices to get the Legends of Tomorrow show getting off the ground. And I don't think we get nearly enough of Oliver's reaction to seeing Sarah back. Because let's keep in mind, he and Sarah went through a lot on the island. They went off together, so, I mean, Oliver still must very much be still in love with Sarah, even though he's with Felicity and he's really happy with Felicity. I think for Oliver, it's still very much that Green Arrow, Black Canary relationship over there. And also, I'm finally glad that they brought back the relationship between Oliver and Laurel. I think that was one of the most important aspects of the show, is bringing back those two characters and just reminding us that they're still friends and they're still very much important parts of each other's lives. Because those two were really starting to separate during season 3, and it's nice to see that Laurel is still very much part of the fold. Okay, so that's most Legends of Tomorrow characters. I just wanted to talk about Constantine, because obviously I did follow the Constantine show last year. Seeing Constantine back in his role, the actor back in the Constantine role, was absolutely fantastic. I really want to see NBC bring back NBC. I'm thinking of, I don't know what I'm thinking. I really want to see CBS bring back the Constantine show, because I absolutely love what Constantine was doing in that show, and I absolutely loved him in the Arrow. And the fact that they've combined these universes together is absolutely fantastic, in my opinion. Diggle and his relationship with his brother was also interesting. It's just some really interesting aspects being played up here. So that's the end of this review. Sorry it was a bit scattered. It's just a lot happened during these episodes, so I'm trying to keep it all together. So I'm gonna combine the Arrow and Flash episodes for the Legends of Tomorrow crossover stuff. And then stay tuned for more. Bye.